So the unboxing has been done, and we are now going to test the 6 kilowatt SNA in single phase, single machine mode. So here you will see we have our single SNA. Just to go through the cable connections once again, the legend from left to right, we have our DC, which is the battery, red for positive, black for negative. Then we have our PV inputs. On this particular machine, we're not running any PV today. Then we have our AC input, which is here, and the AC output, which is there. And then we obviously have the gen input, which in a later video, we're going to show you AC coupling and the smart load function for this particular machine on that. Right, so we have our oscilloscope connected as well, because we're going to be testing the switching time in single machine mode. And then we also have our load bank, and currently we have a resistive load of 2 kilowatts running. So one of the first things you'll notice is that the fans are running at the moment. Load representation is 33%. Here you can see that the 2 kilowatts is depicted on the load side, which is the 2 kilowatts there. And that's purely because it's picking up the information from the CT coming down to the machine. So if we trip the mains here, instantly the machine goes to bypass mode, as you can see. It's now in off-grid mode, and if we just wait for the information to come through, there you can see it's pulling 1.9 kilowatts and 230 volts straight. And our load is reduced to 1.95 or 1.96. So that is perfect with the data that we're getting here. For today's test, our connected battery we have one High 5, and that is connected directly to the inverter. We've got our communication cable coming out of the CAN port to the RS485 in CAN on the inverter, and that will allow us to communicate with one battery, and we'll be able to show you the battery output as well. If we have a look at the display output as well, we can see that it immediately picks up the battery, 54.4 volts, 99% SOC, 0.78, that's the charge current at the moment. As you can see, the machine is in AC charge mode, and it shows you that your connected capacity is 100 amp hours. All right, so now we've got our 2 kilowatt load running, and we're going to test the switching time. So we've managed to pick it up on the oscilloscope there. I've clicked the stop button, so we've got our gap there, and we're going to zoom in now and measure it. So let's move our cursor across so we can catch the tail end of the sine wave, which is there. And our B, we're going to bring across to that point. Let's have a look at the switching time. Delta time is 8.8 milliseconds. That is a very, very fast switching time for the 6 kilowatt SNA in single mode. In other words, it's one machine on its own. We will test it later in parallel mode to see what the switching time is.